Hey guys, this is Coach Murph. I coach the fundamentals of baseball, and today I'm going to talk about pitch playing. So you might have heard this a couple times, being on plane, staying on plane, matching the pitch plane. What that means is the plane is the line that the ball travels along. So when someone says match the plane of the pitch, that means your bat is going along the same line that the ball is coming in on. So guys, for example, my high school swing, I kind of loaded my hands up, which caused a downward motion with my swing. So look, if I were to go at this point in my swing, the ball, which is represented by this line, is under my bat, so I'm missing over it, okay? I would continue that and I wouldn't be able to hit the ball even until here. So that means anything that I'm late on, I'm missing over, okay? At this point, this is where I start to get on the pitch plane, but I'd be hitting the top of the ball. Okay, it wouldn't be barreled quality contact. And if I were to keep going, I'm not really barreling the ball until out in front. Okay, and even if I leveled out my swing, that still means I'm only giving myself this amount of space to make quality barreled contact, and really only this much space to make contact alone, which, you know, when we're talking about a ball being pitched from 60 feet, having to be perfect within like 15, 14 inches is very difficult to sustain and be a consistent hitter, because we're not going to be able to time the pitch that well every time. Same concept is true if I have a swing that's very down and up, which ironically is what my swing's kind of turned into now. But look, if I am starting like low and I'm swinging here, my barrel is under the pitch plane, so I'd be missing under the ball, okay? And as I'm coming up, I'm really only making contact until, again, in here. I don't have much depth in my swing, so anything that I'm late on, I'm missing, all right? I don't really get to barrel the ball until about here, okay, and until like this region. But that's a very short distance to be able to make quality contact. We have to be almost perfect with our timing in order to hit that ball well. And then a lot of guys that swing up, it's really hard for them to level it out. So right after, you know, it's on our front foot and the perfect contact point, I'm now swinging over the ball, and I'm either grounding it, topping it, or I'm just swinging straight up over the ball. So again, guys, with an upward or downward swing, we are giving ourselves a very limited window that we can even make contact with the ball, but a very, very small window that we are barreling the middle of the baseball. So now I'll show you what an on-plane swing looks like, and then it'll make sense as to why so many people endorse this. So ready? I'm striding, loading, rotating, and swinging, and now my barrel is already on plane and entering the hitting zone. I am in the middle of the baseball, even this late. All right, and as I keep going, my bat is traveling along this line. Okay, so in theory, I'm giving myself like more than double the amount of space that I can make contact, and I'd be traveling through the middle of the baseball, which would equal barrels. An on-plane swing means I am getting on plane early. Okay, so this is where my bat is entering the hitting zone. All right, I stay on that line all the way through my swing, and this is on my front foot. This is where we were making our best contact with an upward or downward swing. But even here, I'm pursuing through the ball, okay? I'm getting in the zone here, traveling all the way through the middle of the baseball, then I finish my swing. So I'm giving myself like this much room to be able to make contact and hit the ball. And you're traveling through the middle of the pitch plane, you know, if your swing is good. This won't happen every time, of course, but if we are doing that, we can hit the middle of the baseball back here, okay, and hit a shot to right field as a righty, or you could catch it out in front. You can be early, but still hit the middle of the baseball. So what I just said there is really the key. When you're late, okay, if you're not perfect like here, if you're late, you can still hit that ball with very quality, hard barreled contact. And the same thing for when you're early, okay? You guess wrong, let's say it's a changeup, but you're on plane, you can still catch it out in front and hit the middle of the baseball and pull it to left field as a righty. All right, so guys, like think about that concept. If we can increase the amount of space that we're able to make contact and travel through the middle of the baseball, that means we are, in theory, giving ourselves more opportunity to hit the ball, which is kind of the point of hitting, right? Hitting the ball and hitting quality contact. Okay, so when we're entering here and traveling through the middle of the baseball, we can barrel down the line, barrel in the gap, barrel up the middle, barrel in the gap, barrel down the line. We want to be able to hit when we're wrong. Okay, we can't only be a good hitter when we time it perfectly. Okay, pitchers throw a lot of pitches, it's coming in fast, and it's come from 60 feet away. It's really hard to time a pitch coming from 60 feet away and be perfect in like an 8-inch window. That's very difficult. So I teach my players to swing on plane, not because it's a theory, well, I guess it is kind of a theory to some people, but I just go by the logic that I just laid out, that we increase the amount of space that we can hit and we're swinging through the middle of the baseball. More hard contact is better, right? Guys, I hope that video helped. I just kind of recorded this and showed that visual because I want players to understand what this concept means, and once it kind of clicks in the brain, then it can help you practice. So I'm big on the education and teaching baseball in a way that's easy to understand. I hope I did that today. My mission is to help as many baseball players as possible improve, so if this did any of that for you today, please drop a follow or subscribe so I can continue helping you down the road, and it means a lot. I'm Coach Murph, and I coach baseball.